15 years ago, California approved Proposition 209. Prop 209 banned the consideration of race, ethnicity, and gender by the state in contracting, education, and employment. It effectively ended affirmative action programs used by California public institutions to increase diversity. And for over a decade now, groups like Chinese for Affirmative Action have been battling the effects of Prop 209 with litigation and research. At the same time, we have introduced new public policies that sometimes utilize proxies for race. For example, we support the use of socioeconomic indicators for student assignment in San Francisco public schools as a way to reduce racial segregation and ensure minorities have access to quality programs. Yet Prop 209 was not only about race, it was also about gender. And participating in NGEC gave us new space to look at our work with a gender equity lens. NGEC offered CAA to plan and grow our capacity to address organization development issues, as well as to think more deeply about our approach with gender and equity. Because we did this with other groups in NGEC and with experts in the social justice movement, there was real shared learning and commitment. For example, when NGEC created its supportive space to talk about gender and equity and organization issues at the convenings, we modeled a similar approach with our staff. It took confidence, time, and context, but by approaching our organization challenges holistically, we changed how we see ourselves as an organization, and that's now showing up more explicitly in our program work.
At CAA, I work in the employment program where we advocate for community members trying to access good-paying and worker-friendly jobs. A majority of them are women. My focus is on the construction sector because of the higher wages and long-term career opportunities. But because of Prop 209, we can't always make employers do the right thing. Stereotypes continue to keep women away from construction work. For example, on one of the largest public projects in the city currently underway, out of the hundreds of people who have been hired, only a handful have been women. Embarrassingly, the hours performed by women on a construction site could be as little as less than 1%. So it's important that at CAA we are talking about gender, because in my work, the reality is that construction is a ridiculous example of how women still don't yet have equal access.
The problem is systemic, so last year, CAA took on construction hiring by helping San Francisco develop and pass the strongest local hiring law in the country. In addition to zip code hiring mandates that serve as a proxy for race, we also created a category that helps single custodial parents who we know are disproportionately women. It's not enough, but it can lead to more as we continue to be creative. Meanwhile, repealing 209 is still necessary. Last year, CA joined polling and focus group efforts to see if, when, and how to bring a ballot initiative to undo 209. One exploration we pushed for and confirmed is that strong racial justice messages must be coupled with strong gender equity messages, like equal pay for equal work, in order to be successful at the ballot box. Though Prop 209 has always been a target for CAA, our participation in NGEC has helped us think about it differently. Whereas before we may have primarily thought about it as a race issue, participating in NGEC has given us more confidence to additionally apply a gender equity lens. This wouldn't have worked if it was just a workshop training here or there. The commitment of our staff to think critically about and apply gender equity is a direct result of having more organization capacity to address long-term issues, sense of solidarity among other groups also trying to address these challenges and to learn from a model what APIP itself was doing.